Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today I want to make a quick reminder that you can still contribute to your 2020 Roth IRA. Right here I am on the IRS website. As you can see, it's talking about the contribution limits, and this is talking about an IRA, which is an individual retirement account. I recognize that the bulk of my audience is younger YouTubers, but younger individuals, just judging from my YouTube analytics that they provide. And I want to heavily encourage you to make sure that you are also opening a Roth IRA outside of any work-based IRA system. This includes even if you are a student in high school or college. And I'm going to show you why you need to do that. And this is just a quick reminder that even if you did not open a Roth IRA in 2020, you can still do so. And you have all the way up until tax day of April 15th, 2021 to make those contributions. So let's talk about what is a Roth IRA. So here I am on the TD Ameritrade website, my personal favorite brokerage. We talk about this one all the time. You can see a number of the different accounts here along this side where you've got a traditional IRA where you can contribute up to $6,000 in total among your IRAs. That's any of the various ones. The contributions may be tax deductible. So again, that's something that you'll need to check with as you go through the process. And it's something that you are not going to be able to touch that money without penalty until age 59 and a half, and at which point they're going to be taxed at your ordinary tax rate. So the key difference here is today you may be taxed at a 20 to 25% income tax. However, at 59 and a half, depending on the tax rates at that time, you may be taxed at a 40% tax rate. Again, we don't know. The key difference is here in terms of how you're taxed between a traditional and what is known as a Roth IRA. Again, Roth is just coming from where it is in the tax code. But the key difference here is that you are not going to be paying any taxes on this investment. The reason for this is because this income is going to be placed into the account after your earnings. So particularly if you receive a paycheck from work, they're doing all the deductions at that point in time. You are already being taxed on that income. Any money that you place in this Roth IRA after the fact is going to be tax-free when you pull that money out. Keep in mind there are income limits here for $124,000 if you file single and $196,000 if you file jointly. So this is incredibly important because the tax-free side is an awesome investment. Think about the fact that you can put your money in today, again, especially if you've already been taxed on it. You are currently probably in a tax rate less than the current highest of 39.4%. So if you are anywhere between the 15 to 20, the 20 to 25, or in particular, if you are a student and maybe you aren't earning anything, but you are getting money from gifts or what have you, this is a great way to start putting money away, and you can make a lot of money and not have to pay any taxes on it in time for retirement. And the best time to start is today, because you are going to be able to capitalize on the two greatest parts of investing, which is time, which you have a lot of, and the other half is capital, which you may not have a lot of. So let me just show you in a visual representation what this may look like. So here we are. I am on bankrate.com. This is a website that has all manner of different calculators. I'm going to be focused on the traditional 401k or Roth 401k calculator so that we can highlight this information. I am currently 25 years old, as those of you in the Discord know, and I'm just going to showcase this is what would happen if you have that age of retirement of 59, even though technically it's 59 and a half. I've got my current age, and we have the annual contributions of $6,000 per year. The idea behind this is saying that this is a 7% return, although you can manage the various types of investments in your portfolio. So if you believe that you can beat the market, then maybe you can even raise this. But for the purpose of this exercise, I am going to include a 7% return. And as you can see, they've got this in here at a 15% tax during retirement. I would hesitate about utilizing that, even though that's what we're going to use for demonstrative purposes. The reason for that is because I'm of the opinion, call me negative about this, that taxes are going to be more in the future than they are today, particularly if you are sitting on this type of portfolio that you can see here, whether it is a $680,000 portfolio or an $800,000 portfolio. I anticipate that the taxes are going to be higher at that point in time, even though, again, you don't have to necessarily draw this whole portfolio immediately. So I would highlight this is what we're going to be looking at or investing based on. And as you can see, just these two items right here, you can see a nearly $120,000 difference between the two of them, between the Roth or the traditional IRA. Now, you don't really see these differences start to be produced until you get farther down the line. So you're not going to notice this at the age of 27, 28, 29. And you can see that if I kind of make these changes, where if I only make this over 30 years, you can see $5,000, not that big of a deal. However, when we get to that 59-year difference, this is a huge deal. Now, for myself personally, I don't foresee myself necessarily retiring at the age of 59. I would like to continue working. I am very entrepreneurial in nature, so I would like to continue self-supporting, which means let's say that I don't take any draws on this until I am 65. This is now a $1.242 million portfolio contrasted to a $1.05 million portfolio. At the end of the day, you should be doing both of these various items. I think that this is a huge advantage for anyone who has the capability to do this. But if you can look at this portfolio, you can look at the basics here and say, hey, this is a awesome way for me to invest. You can see that just by a total initial push in here, I'm looking at $6,000 a year. That's $240,000. This is not a small sum of money, but if we look at this, this is over 40 years. So this is not going to break me over 40 years. And look what I am walking away with. So, and this is, again, assuming a 7% return. So I think that there's a lot of value here. This is a great way to visually show this. And this is me who is pleading with you to go and please make sure that you have a Roth IRA. You are taking advantage of that. I personally use TD Ameritrade. I love their accounts. I love their capabilities. But whether you use them or not, make sure you are taking advantage of this tax saving method, because this is going to make you a millionaire if you do it correctly. Thank you for checking out the video. If you have any comments, drop them down below. And if you find this information helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. Let's go make some money. And again, you have until April 15th to make those contributions. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.